exposure of the web. And because the cult knows it has got any borders, then obviously both sides of the Atlantic will be working together to make it seem as if they are chasing him, but not chasing him enough that it actually unravels to reveal the nature of what was actually happening. So the royal family are well, they've had an endless history of covering up scandal and having it covered up for them, and this is just another one. I think it will probably take another revelation to bring that back right into the public attention, because this pandemic has taken attention from everything.
Yeah, it definitely feels that way, and the royal family comes up in your work a lot over the years.
Oh, yes.
It seems like they've always been hanging out with pedophiles, man. Lord Mountbottom, Jimmy Savile, like what's the deal?
Yeah, well, this is something I've been pointing out for decades, is the way the royal family are into paedophilia massively and into Satanism. We had this guy, Jimmy Savile, who's a record-breaking paedophile. He's kind of the British Epstein in many ways. He was a bosom inner circle member of the royal family inner circle. He was also a close friend of Margaret Thatcher, whose cabinet during her time in government had many paedophiles well, not just the cabinet, in the government event overall. Many people who've been accused of paedophilia, and people who've appeared in my books. So, I mean, this whole paedophile Satanism thing, and they're connected at the inner core, those two things, is invariably what you find when you dig deep into the background of the rich and famous, because the cult is a death cult. That's what it is. And so you're going to find Satanism and you're going to find paedophilia. But for reasons I explain in my book, they're not only intertwined, but they're connected in many and various ways. So the point, I think, though, is coming, where in this whole new order, that the royal family of Britain will probably start to erode, because what we have is a queen who is in her 90s. We have Prince Philip, who is in his 90s. These people live long lives, you'll notice. Look at Kissinger and David Rockefeller.
Kissinger's had a birthday. He's 97.
Yeah, there you go.
Evil never dies.
Yeah, but they don't get the same treatment we do. But then you look at the next generation that's going to follow those, because that's coming. You've got Prince Charles, who's extremely unpopular, and he's very much involved in this whole cult network. I mean, he's now coming out and saying we need a global reset to transform human society and human economics, which is exactly what the cult wants. And he's coming out and saying we need to do it to save the planet in this whole climate cult nonsense. So he's very much involved. He's going to be making a speech at Davos, I think, shortly, or at least with the World Economic Forum, about this great reset. And this reset is actually a code word of the cult. The reset of society. That's what was happening now. So you've got him, and then you've got the next generation, which is Prince William, who's had a charisma bypass. And then you've got Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. They've gone. And so you look at the British royal family in the aftermath of the departure, which can't be too long, of the Queen and Prince Philip, and there's basically nothing left. I do, write in the answer about whether the royal family will survive post Queen for very long, because I don't think it's meant to. I think they have they have expressions of the cult that play a part for a certain period, and then you go into a next stage, and they're no longer necessary, so they go and something else takes over. And I think the British royal family is not going to have a terribly long history going forward.
Well, let's hope so.
Sure hope so.
I think Morrissey would agree too, man. Morrissey's taken a lot of heat for his views on the royal family. What do you think about Morrissey?
Well, he's comes out with his opinions. Some of them I agree with, some of them I don't. But he's right on the royal family. I mean, I've had this phrase I've used for pretty much most of the last 30 years,